Hello Joe, hope you are well, and hi Alison, nice to kind of see you guys or be able to present this to you. Um, I just thought I'd start by giving you just a bit of an introduction as to kind of sort of what I've done here. So this is the creative style that we are proposing for Ellandi, and by no stretch of imagination is this final. It more is a talking point. These are the ideas that we have. We've shown it across a set of different variables and touch points across all different platforms. And from our initial kind of sort of ideas until now, we've been inspired by your Excel file of wording, which you'll see throughout all of the ideas here. We've actually got 3 concepts that I'd like to kind of demo and sort of showcase. And what you will notice is that they still apply and still are considerate to the Ellandi brand. They also utilise the current colour palette. They utilise the typography, so that it's more of a brand evolution as opposed to a complete refresh and a rebrand as such. So I'll fire through now, give you a bit of an idea where we're up to. And as I say, these are purely just talking points. Should enable us to really get a good understanding of what we can do, good understanding what we can do together. But I do see the whole project as a togetherness, collaboration, that kind of sort of thing. So I'll move on to page 1. So stylescapes. Stylescapes, which I think I've alluded to in the past, are visual cues, which include typography, include shape, form, colours. What it doesn't actually do is generate final artwork. More, this is what your brand and the vision moving forwards will actually look like. Actually, Koya in the middle there is actually a property company. You see they've gone for kind of sort of a neon, really kind of sort of stark approach. Again, from our point of view, obviously we've tried to complement the blues and the golds on the Ellandi brand. So this is just examples just to show you the way stylescapes work, the way they kind of sort of function. You'll see here that these stylescapes here are completely different. So you have the typography and the shape and the form here being blues and golds, and obviously moving down to a more kind of sort of feminine approach, on-trend Shoreditch approach towards the bottom. Okay, on to yours. Concept 1 then. So concept 1, as you'll see from the typography here, please do have a read of this. It will be all inside the PDF for you. It's picture based. It's pictures that we've worked on, Joanne, so it's pictures that you've actually sent to me, so it gives me a bit of a steer as to what you're looking for. Again, it's very, this one I would say is quite busy, albeit they're small visuals, so once you blow them up to big posters and that kind of sort of size, they'll be more sort of visually appealing. We've broken up typography so that it makes the reader actually really read and understand the wording. And again, complementing the current branding, as I say, but a clean approach, albeit I think with this one here, we've gone all in, and obviously most clients kind of pare us back, remove elements and stuff like that. So concept 1, here are the key visual creations. So imagery, as you sent, Joanne, really love it. Diverse, inclusive, everything I would kind of sort of expect from this type of shot. A little bit urban, and you'll see from the transformative wording here is where we sort of firstly sort of show the breaking up of the typography. But I'll move on to the actual creative visuals. Always on the left hand side, we kind of sort of lead with the creative sort of lead design, I suppose. So this is very typographical, and the reason I like to show posters for me are the best vehicle to show wording, to show form, function, shape. Again, you'll see that this is very kind of sort of Ellandi branding in terms of the colorations. I really like the urban sort of style of the typography, the urban style with the modular approach in this particular design. Onto another poster where typography can actually be quite difficult in reading. However, to be 100% clear, we're actually designing this to almost be a poster, so it wouldn't ever be that kind of sort of small in real life. You'll see from here we've actually shown you the way business cards would work, the way email banners would work, and even down to the Instagram feed, which I will go back to. Apologies. here. So you'll see here that this is what we're suggesting if we went down this route of the typography with the nice imagery, obviously of your projects and your portfolio as well. You'll see the way that we are sort of suggesting maybe your Instagram could look. Here's an Instagram post actually blown out, and obviously matching captions and wording around that. Really good example of a roller banner here, and I appreciate that a lot of these things aren't usable for you, but it's really kind of a nice function for me to show you the way it actually could look. So here you go, here's an example of a double page spread with inside a book, and again would work really well for your presentations and that kind of sort of thing. So this is the way I'm going to work moving forwards. The website, which we've obviously started anyway, we're suggesting will actually look like this, kind of sort of a bit more of a modular contemporary approach. So you can sort of see here it's a little bit more pared back. Over here with the typography, it's kind of a little bit more dynamic and sort of bold. I like to show kind of sort of the vehicles in terms of lots of different forms. So this could be your office actually in London, but we'll see that with the different colour palettes, the way it can work, the way that we're evolving your brand, I feel it actually works really, really nice. Absolutely bang on trend and timeless. You know, effectively they are modular pictures with typography and a colour palette. I mean, from the colours alone, your audience should see blue, grey and gold and automatically, you know, subconsciously assume it's you guys. Concept 2 then, something a little bit different here, a bit more iconography based, definitely bold, definitely abstract. What we've actually tried to do is create an icon based on the values of the Excel file that you sent over. So for personality, forward thinking, all of these kind of workshop words that have actually come out, we try to really encapsulate those into some iconography which will just be timeless. So again, minimal Futura typeface, which is really nice, timeless typography. So here you'll see that these are the symbols that we've created for the values, and we've just pulled out some here. So accountable, collaborative, down to earth, obviously very, very people focused here, and networking and community and bringing things together. Brave, confident, energetic, it's obviously a positive motion, so it's moving left to right, it's moving on, it's being progressive and transformative. Data, you'll see is a data icon here, again very kind of sort of modular rectangles, but it symbolizes data. And community focus, forward thinking, inclusive, unifying. This option here actually is all pointing towards one particular goal in the middle. It's about bringing people together, bringing the retail community together. That's the idea with that particular symbol. Obviously the symbols are open to change. It really is just showing you from a vehicle point of view what we could do with iconography. Here's all of the items coming together. So again, you'll see the key visual here. Patterns are really again on trend at the moment, and again will last for stand the test of time. So we can really kind of, when you do have a page or a presentation page that's looking a bit bland, a bit stark, this is where we can actually introduce some personality and some colours and symbols that obviously reflect your values. Poster wise, this is the way the posters actually will look. You'll see that we've got the symbols in the background, we've overlaid them, so there's actually lots you can do with the symbols. It really is just having something that we can piggyback on to then move across all of the different actual medias. What we have done is just taken a bit of typography, so pragmatic, diligent, holistic and brave, out of the Excel file, just to really hit home and hammer home the values that come with Ellandi. I won't spend too much time here, but business cards, email banners, and again, I've done it again, apologies. It's just showing you basically the way the Instagram feed can look. Here's actually a series of Instagram posts across a free panel here, and then we pull out certain wording across all of the different sort of posts. And for example, if we post about pragmatic, we'll have a caption about how Ellandi is pragmatic, or how one of your case studies has been from a holistic approach. So we are really pulling out these words and moving them from that Excel file into print, into online, and then really kind of expanding on that moving forwards. As I showed a second ago, again, like to kind of sort of show it from a exhibition scene, possibly a retail rock scene. the pattern for me really kind of sort of stands out here, and we've laid typography in here, pragmatic, diligent, holistic and brave, again really kind of putting out the key points. And Joanne, you'll notice that I've used the town centre change vision to make the UK's most sustainable and inclusive communities, and just kind of sort of show you here, guys, from your cafeteria, from your office, what we can actually do with applying graphics to the walls and stuff, so that wherever you are, whether you are in a physical space or whether you're in an online space, we'll be able to now really move the brand on and give it this kind of sort of cool, funky approach. Concept 3. So concept 3 is what I would call our ultra creative option. We've basically taken retail, public space, community, people, everything for me what kind of embodies Ellandi, and we've cut out imagery. We would create a suite of these for you, and it really is a collage and a montage that can be broken down into separate pieces, so we can have an email campaign going out with people, and we've done it in a really kind of sort of funky, cool fashion. I appreciate, Joanne, by the way, I haven't sort of mentioned, but there isn't too many buildings in the concept I'm about to show. However, you'll know from sort of a Photoshop point of view, we can really make these graphics become what we need them to become, essentially. So these are the two approaches that we've created so far. So as you'll see, you've got your artisan, cool dude here, graphic designer, lives in the area, shops in the area, that kind of sort of thing. You have the urban, cool kid, vegan lady, families, different cultures, diversity. We've obviously got some nice sort of shape and form in here with shopping centres, retail and developments you're working on. We've also put some sort of natural approach in here as to raw materials and stuff, so with some greenery and obviously some wood. And this particular one is a bit more people focused, so lots of different cultures, shapes, sizes of people, that kind of sort of thing. And as I say, these graphics are created in Photoshop. We can pull them and stretch them, and we can move them apart from each other, which you'll see in a moment. But super cool. I hope you can see here. And again, accents of colour with the golds and the blues and the lines and kind of sort of the dust in the background. It just adds a real kind of sort of nice dynamic to it. Interestingly, from a design point of view, the design being actually quite detailed, from standing back and seeing this, it doesn't look too detailed to me. It actually looks quite minimal, quite nice, a bit kind of sort of personal, and just not done before. So we'll really give you some real standout, to be completely honest with you. And obviously with things like retail rocks and events you've got coming up, again, we would use this approach with those. So every image we create will be this kind of sort of Photoshop manipulation, and effectively, you know, target that audience. But you'll see from the final page here, the close-ups, and this particular one here, this is where I'm sort of mentioning about them breaking out. So you'll see that we've created 1, 2, 3, 4 different options, different people, pulling the kind of sort of the pieces apart, and like I say, I feel that we need to add buildings into this, and we need to add elements that really kind of add talking points to what you guys actually do. And Joanne, from a pitch presentation point of view, I imagine that we would probably have 10 to 20 of these as key graphics that you use, we break up, so that wherever you are in the actual presentation, it actually has an element broken up. And we've allowed this inside our costings guys to do something like this. But again, I feel that these are art pieces that we're developing. I feel that it gives you standout, it gives you differentiation from the competition, and it's just something a little bit different. But obviously we work very closely with you to make sure that we get these Photoshop files just right. And as you can see from the visuals here, the Photoshop files are designed at extra large size. So should it need to go onto a report cover, super simple to do. Should it actually need to go onto side of a building development or internal offices, that kind of sort of thing, that also will be fine. So just to kind of sort of show you guys, this is where we're up to. As you'll see from the designs that I've shown, you've got quite a different approach for each version. it's definitely the point now where we would work together to kind of hone these ideas down for your board. And yeah, hopefully we can have a conversation about it. But if I just quickly just whiz through again, so concept 1 is very modular, very typographic, really punchy on the typography. Concept 2, very iconography based, creating some symbols that at some point in time you wouldn't actually need imagery because the symbols would just become synonymous with your brand. Option 3, very, very creative, cool, funky imagery that is obviously developed for your target audience. So that's where we are, guys. I just thought I'd jump on camera once I send the PDF over to sort of support my ideas and stuff, or our ideas. And yeah, feel free to come back to me, and see you soon. Happy Friday. Thank you.